Good evening, America. How y'all doing? Canal here, Bulls on Wall Street. I hope everybody is enjoying their fine Tuesday evening. Mother Market, just another kind of crappy day. Um, we start off strong, then dipped and bounced and dipped and bounced, and it was a big cluster F word. Very similar to the day before. There's a little bit of a battle going on right between the Bulls and the Bears right now, and we're just not getting very clean intraday action, and so it's been even worse than choppy because it's one of those things that this type of market tends to make people very reactionary. The market looks weak and then it makes a run. And so as it's making a run and you see all this strength, you start buying stocks thinking a run has started. And then, boom, the market starts to dip again. And, your natural
Avast virus
reaction is
database has
to
been updated.
sell your longs and short some stuff, right? But what's happening is that now the market has dipped and you're kind of chasing it as you're reacting to the market, and then boom, it kind of flips the other way. I caught myself. I was telling my guys in the morning, like, let's not get caught into that. We need to anticipate the next moves and use proper reward to risk levels, and then kind of sell into the spikes. And even then, knowing that that was going to happen, it just makes it so hard. You see that market running, and also you want to add stocks, and then right, it just kind of reverses on you. And so it's a tricky day to trade. If you're somebody that's a newer trader, these are great days to kind of sit around and make watch lists and kind of get an idea of what's happening. But make a special list of kind of stocks that you're interested in, so that when the action does improve, you've got an awesome hit list that you can really put to work. But otherwise it was a scalper's day, just 100%. MTG. After this gap up, we've had two doji days here. It looks like it's gearing up for something here. Watch for a break over these highs. I think we get a push in it. HEK, just sitting here resting on support. I think if we come out of this range, maybe about 440, this one's got some juice in it. Knack, this one's just flagging. I'm just kind of waiting. We got to add this one on strength because you can see it's actually kind of breaking the bottom of its support. And so it might actually, if it doesn't hold here, fall to the 20-day moving average. So I'm only an adder on this on strength. Read, this is a really, really nice chart, right? And it looks like we're gearing up for another breakout in this. This is probably the best looking chart that I've seen. OSG, real nice, move into the close here. If we come out of this range, I think that this one's got potential. I really like the action end of day in this. We'll keep an eyeball on this tomorrow for day trades. HEK or HK, right? A break under 7 will trigger a short. CQB, right? This is just a nice flag pattern. It looks like probably we're going to need about $8 or so. NTE still looking for that break over 11. MCP, we're just bear flagging here under this 20-day moving average. It looks like lower prices are definitely in the cards. SCYM, this was, one of my favorite stocks to kind of trade to the long side a little while ago. But look for this break under 11 or so for a range break for a potential short. I like this one. It's got a lot of downside potential. We could get a good dollar out of this thing. Tango Basin right near the lows. The volume's dried up, but it looks like, that thing could come back any day now. EGOV looking for a push over 15. I think that'll give it a nice little range break and push it into, push it into new highs. And then I'm watching U.S. Steel here, along with a couple other steel makers. But you can see here, we're kind of tapping this level and see what's happening here. We're basing right at the breakdown spot. And the more times we test that, right, you're soaking up the demand that's at that level, holding the stock up, and that can cause a breakdown. If we see that, we could see a $1-2 drop very quickly. NAV, this one's just, another typical turd stock. This is one of my go-to stocks that I always play when the market starts to get a little bit shady. And this one's starting to really enter a zone where it could break down for real, a multi-month breakdown. And then Pay. Pay, probably a continuation short. We probably need about 27.50 or so. So I don't really know what's going to happen with the market. It was really whippy. And so what I've done is kind of come up 50-50 with longs and shorts. And then I'll add my typical news and earnings plays that I like to play every day. And that's going to be my list. And so you definitely want to mix it up and have a little bit of both, as we don't know which way the market's going to go yet. It's inconclusive.